So recently I decided to start reading. Why? Because I didn't want to doom scroll anymore, and people told me that reading was good for you. They told me it's like the opposite of doom scrolling, right? So I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. Because really and truly, I find books really boring. So I never really stuck with it. I read like one book here and there during high school for like classes, but I never would take up a book just to read it for myself. But then a friend of mine recommended me a few books, one of which was Fourth Wing. Guys, I finished that book in a week. Best work of fiction under Attack on Titan. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Great, great, great. And since then, I've been hooked. It's caused me to start reading other books, random books from my library on Native Americans, like a Native American book. I sat down and genuinely read it. At one point, I realized that I've been reading the book for 2 hours, and I did not realize. Along with that, I still read comic books like I did before, but I find myself actually enjoying books with just words because what I found is that reading and gaming really aren't that different. They're both worlds that you can go into. One is simply a world you can interact with, and one is simply you observing that world and that story playing out from an outside perspective. But when it comes on to how this has actually helped change my life, it's helped change my life massively because unlike doom scrolling, when I finish reading a book, like when I finish like a reading session, right? Like, read a couple chapters, go to bed, whatever. When I finished doing that, I never finished feeling like, whoa, that was a waste of time. I never finished not being able to remember what I just consumed. I never finished with any brain fog or any guilt. I really and truly finished, and I'm like, yo, that was actually good. That story is progressed, and now I look forward to picking up the book again and reading through the story, which is the complete opposite experience of scrolling. When I would finish scrolling, I'd feel somewhat guilty about what I just spent my time on. Like, did I just really sit here for an hour just scrolling and I can't remember the last 3 videos I watched? Like, that's pointless. But if I spend an hour reading, I feel like I was just in another world, literally. And it's also led to me having a higher attention span. Due to the fact that these books have no pictures, it's really just words. I am forced to actually sit there and read each line. If I skip a line, I skip that part of the story. I won't get the story. You get me? I won't understand the plot, which is something you can do in scrolling and still understand. You can watch half a reel, ha 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 ha, and then like you watched it. No, you did not. If you read half of this book, you do not get the full book. You do not get the experience at all. So it's kind of taught me how to stick with something and how to actually just take it in. Take it in slowly and just go with the flow. Same thing with gaming, because like reading, gaming is something you actually have to sit down and intentionally experience. One thing I've started practicing in my gaming habits is to only play one game at a time because it allows me to fully be engrossed in that world without, playing multiple games at once. The exception being games that I've already completed, like Mario Kart World. I can play that whenever. You get me? But it's allowed me to realize that in life, it's really about actually living it. You don't have to doom scroll to enjoy yourself. You can really and truly do other things, reading, a sport, gaming, whatever it is, once it's active. And after doing this for a while, you really realize the benefit it has on your life. And after you realize that benefit, there's really no going back, because now you'll find that scrolling just doesn't hit the same. Compared to a book or gaming, it really just doesn't hit. Wow, I watched a video, I laughed. Wow, I read a story. Liam died. Yes, guys, if you know, you know that brother died and I hated it. But guess what? I took up the second book and started reading immediately after that guy died because it hooked me. A reel, a TikTok, a YouTube short will never and has never had that effect on me. So if you're someone like me and you're looking for a better use of your time, you want to stop scrolling, you want to change your life with new habits, I would recommend reading and gaming. And that's really the video for today. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe as it really helps the channel.